stature, people are always going to focus the spotlight a little bit on him and ask some questions, aren't they, Brad?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be too concerned. He's an old hat at this now, really. I mean, he's probably still the greatest tour rider of our generation and continues to be. I think that we were talking earlier. He's my favourite for the Tour de France this year. He's the old master at this now. He knows how to prepare to win a Grand Tour. And I think, although we're all looking and talking and there's a lot of speculation about how his form is and where he's at, I think in his mind and his confidence, his stature within that team, the likes of Bernal will look up to Chris and they'll take their opportunity now. And in some ways, they'll kind of have to pinch themselves that this is Chris Froome, the Tour de France winner, riding for me. I've just won Tirreno-Adria or Paris-Nice, whatever he won. Paris-Nice, wasn't it? And they'll just make the most of it while they can, because they know once he comes into form, Chris is going to be up there gunning for the Tour de France. But he's had years where he's won everything, or he's finished second in Tirreno, and he's won Romandy, or he's won Dauphiné. He's had up and down years. He's had years where he's done nothing and finished fourth in Dauphiné, and then gone on to have his best tour. So he's had every type of run into the tour, and this will just be a rung on the ladder. I think he'll be happy that he finished the week pretty much, barring a couple of laps of the last stage today. And they'll go off now and start their altitude training camps and things like that. And this is still very early in the season, although a lot of people kind of looking at him now and seeing where he's at in terms of tour preparation. I don't think this will really concern him at this stage.
I think that's a really interesting point. You said that he's, his trajectory to tour wins has been different on every occasion.
Yeah.
It's been successful. And
look at the Giro last year.
Yeah, I mean, he is a rider that, whether you like him or not, you cannot write him off at your peril. 6 Grand Tour victories in his career, remarkably confident. And also, you look at his demeanour kind of off the bike a little bit throughout Catalonia. There was one stage, the stage that was won by Maximilian Schachmann. Bernal got a problem with his bike and had to walk across the line, and then we saw Chris Froome pick him up, and Bernal was sat in his handlebars and he was tweeting about it. He seems quite relaxed.
He's obviously having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, look, let's be honest, I don't think it's an ideal running. Nobody wants to crash, but that's bike racing. It looks like we've yet to hear confirmation, but it looks like he's going to add the Tour de Alps to his programme. I think he's going to be fine, I really do.
So you mentioned the crash there, Matt. We've actually got, as Carlton called it.
And that is not what you need to see at all, I'm afraid.
So Chris Froome involved as well. Froome is down.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
So that's Froome's second big crash of the season after having come down at the Tour of Colombia as well. Does it get harder if you've had 2 big bangs in 2 big stage races like that, to be able to get up, recover again, when you've still got it in the back of your mind that this has already happened?
Yeah, I mean, cycling, it's become part and parcel of cycling now more than ever. I mean, he crashed in the Tour last year, didn't he? And spent most of the first couple of weeks that 1 minute 30 down on Geraint that he'd lost, and then subsequently lost more. But it's part and parcel of cycling now. There are crashes every week, and then I think we had Adam on the other week talking about the lack of respect in the peloton now, and it doesn't matter who you are. Riders all think they can win. Every rider's up at the front now. There's no hierarchy anymore. And if he's someone who's won 6 Grand Tours, and there's a rider, Chris is going to come off worst. And it's a shame, but it's part and parcel of cycling. But he's quite a resilient bloke as well, Chris. I don't think he's going to, he will get up, dust himself down. If nothing's broken, you get used, as Matt will tell you get used to dealing with, the sheet sticking to you in bed and stuff like that. And it's part and parcel of cycling. The physios, the doctors, they'll be all over it with him, and he'll be covered in that kind of white fishnet stuff they put on you. And he'll just be cracking on.